Right, I'm just getting set up, if you just bear with me. We'll be with you in a second. Just sorting my computer to make sure we're okay. Why is it? Oh dear. Let's go to home. Let's try again. I'm just trying to get the... There we go. That's better. Hi Sylvia. Just trying to get myself sorted. I can put my mouse away. Hopefully. Right, hello, good evening. Lorna Carter from Lorna Carter's Creations, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK. Now tonight we're going to go for simple stamping. We're going to make 3 cards and we're going to step them up each card. So these are some cards I made, and we're using the Delicate Dahlias from the Celebration catalogue, and it's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful stamp. It's a distinctive stamp, and oh, it is really beautiful. It's almost like a photograph when you get it stamped. It's lovely. So we're just going to make 3 cards, as I said. We're going to go simple stamping. We're just going to basically card, ink and cut. That's about it. And punch. That's all we're going to do with that one. So that's just simple stamping. We've just gone a little bit, stepped it up a little bit here. We've got a different colour and we've got some ribbon on. And then on the 3rd card I've stamped it exactly the same, used the pink as well. I've embossed the background. You can't really, you might just be able to tell, I have embossed the background. So yeah, it is that little bit more, you know, a little bit stepped up from that one. We've got some die cuts. I've stamped and die cut some leaves. I think what I might do with these tonight is, instead of stamping and die cutting, I think we're just going to die cut some coloured card. And then we've got another piece, we've got ribbon. This ribbon was white, so I can show you how we coloured it. So this is what we're going to do. So the Delicate Dahlias, as I said, are in the Celebration catalogue. I'll just bear with me if I can find it. And the Celebration catalogue, it is on page 14. And this is free with a spend of £90 or more. You can select this stamp set, and it has sort of like the inside of the dahlia. Same with the little one, it's got a little flower as well, and leaves, and then it has the outline on this side. This is the outline stamps, and then it's got some really nice sentiments. Thank you kindly, oh so happy for you, sending heartfelt sympathy, and you inspire me. So it's got some nice sentiments there as well. So I'll get myself sorted. I'll pop that to one side. So tonight, instead of using these were done with oh crikey, I can't remember the name. Early Espresso, the brown, and then that was Blushing Bride, the pink. Obviously we've used Very Vanilla, and I stamped those with Sahara Sand. So we're still going to use Very Vanilla because it's a colour, I think, on a card that we don't use very often. So I'm going to use it tonight, and I'm going to put it with Pacific Point. A nice bright blue. I was going to use the Misty Moonlight, but I thought, I actually stamped the Dahlia in Pacific Point just to have a look, and it came out beautiful. So I thought we'll go with blue and cream. Right, let me get my trimmer in. So we're making 3 cards. So what I'm going to do is cut all the card. I've got 2 pieces of the thick Very Vanilla for the base of the cards. So we'll cut those first, and I'm gonna score first on the, as you've got it, portrait, and we're going to score at 10.5. And then we're going to spin it onto the landscape side, and I'm going to cut it at 14.8. So that is 2 base cards done. And then I'll do the same with this one. So we're scoring at 10.5 on the portrait side, and we're going to cut again at 14.8. So we've actually 4 bases there. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is bring in the Pacific Point, and we're going to do a layer. So let me just fold and burnish one of the cards. See where I am. So I'll just burnish there. So we're going to do a layer of blue, then we're going to do a layer of cream, but it'll be the standard Very Vanilla, not the thick. So the next set of layers, we need to cut this A4 piece on the portrait side, and we're going in at 10 centimeters. Okay, and then we're going in at 14.3 centimeters, which is half a centimeter off the size of the card. So if I just bring that to there, we've just got a nice border, if you can see, just round the card. So I'm going to cut all the layers, and then that's done with. So 14.3, to one side, that's 2, and then I'm just going to cut that at 14.3, and then cut that at 10. There we go. So that's the 3 blue layers. So I'll just bring in my standard piece of Very Vanilla, and we're going to cut the next layer down. So this is going to be at 9.5 centimeters. So on the portrait side, we want to be 9.5. And then landscape, we need to be 13.8. that's 1, 13.8, that's 2, cut that at 13.8, and then 9.5 that way. So that is all the card. Okay, so I think I've done with that with the trimmer, so I'll just put that away. Okay, so as I said, we're going to put one of those on each of the cards first. So I'm just going to show you, if you're a frugal crafter, this is one way of saving card. So where are we? On these cards that are made, I've used the tailored tag punch. Now obviously it's only one size, so I've cut the cream out for the sentiment, and then using 2 blue punches, 2 blue pieces of card, use the punch. I've made the background so that you've just got the little border, just like a layering border around the edge. So I'll show you how I've done that. So we open our punch. So in each of the blue pieces, we're going to go in with the punch, and we're just going to, from one end, and then go in the other end, just keeping in mind that we need a little piece round, so don't do it right really close to the edge, do it in the middle. So once that is on there and we've stamped and put that on there, you can't see it, simple. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to punch out the other 2. That's that. That's for that one. And then just do that. Right, so that is that, and then out of what have I done with it? She says I've just put it down somewhere. Oh, crikey. Oh, I've got it, it's alright. Lost my piece of very vanilla. So I'm just going to cut 3. I'm just going to 3 of those so we can do our sentiments. Right, I think we are ready. So we're going to do the first card. Just going to, so we need that for the sentiment, that to start stamping. Now because the set we're using, as I said, Delicate Dahlias, it's a photopolymer stamp set. So tonight I'm going to use my Stampin' Pierce mat. I'm just, because we're going to be going off the edge of the card, I'm just going to get a piece of A4 just to protect my pad. Okay, so if I get my Pacific Point ink, and I've got my stamp sets all ready to go, so here we go. So we're just going to ink, make sure it's well inked up. And you've got to be so careful with the these distinctive stamps. If your ink pad's brand new and it's really juicy, it might not, it's better off when it's been used a little bit, because you can get a bit of like bubbling with the ink. So let's just see how we go. So it's not quite got that in the center, so I'm just going to spin that over. So I'm just going to make sure I ink it up. That's better. Okay, so I'm going to go in the top right hand corner. Little bit of pressure. That's better. It is a beautiful, absolutely beautiful stamp. So we're just stamping off. We're going to stamp off the make our own sort of background. So we're going to go in here. Like so. The early espresso one that I used last night was quite funny. I haven't got the big stamp, the big ink pad, and it seemed to take it does work, but it seemed to take a while. Just going to put that down in that corner. Oh, I do, it's lovely, absolutely lovely stamp. As soon as I saw it in the celebration, I thought I'm going to have that one. So we're just going to put it in that corner, like so. And put that like that. I'm hoping you can't. Can you hear my fan at all blowing, Sylvia? I've got it. It's only a little fan, but I've got it a little distance away. But I just was hoping that it wasn't gonna make too much noise. It's fairly quiet. And then all I'm going to do with this is just bring it on the edge. So that is what we've got. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Sylvia. So that is what we've got for the first one. So if I pop that onto there, and then pop that onto there when I get it level, makes a quite stunning card. That I really do like that. I love the colour. Right, so we've done that bit. We need the sentiment, so I'm just going to turn that over. So I've got the sentiment mounted up, and I'm going to do these as thank you cards. this time I'm just gonna see if I can get it level. That is the fear. Thank you kindly. There we go. I'm just going to put that lid on top of that. Right. So I'm just going to put the stamp pad to one side. I'm going to sit down for a little while and I'm going to show you what I did with these. There's a couple of ways you can do it. So you can cut lengthways, and you could stick that like that, so you've got it top and bottom and just straight at the sides, so you could do that. But if you cut that in the opposite direction, you do have to do a little trimming. But if we get a border round like so, in fact I'll glue it as we go. There we go. So I'll just pop got glue stuck to me. Right, just put a little bit of glue like so, and then we're going to go in, and you've got wiggle room, so we're going to go in, try and get as even border as we can, top and bottom, because we're actually going to cut this piece off. So that's that side. This is, so you need to get it as even as possible. That's not very even, Lorna. When you're not stood straight over it, it's a little difficult. That's that way, just a little bit. That's not too bad. Okay, and then what we're going to do is match those up like that, and it gives you the border round. I think it's quite a nice, because you can't, once it's down and on, you can't really tell. So if you're only just starting out and you've only got a limited selection, I think it's quite a neat idea. So with that, go in. And with your glue you've got wiggle room, so it's great. Just a wee to the right or to the left. There we go, not too bad. Just pop this piece on. I'm just going to stand up for this one. So with that wiggle room, don't think we're far off at that. So there we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut those ends off. And you've got your border round. I just thought it was just quite simple. And it just, if you've only got a punch to play with for your sentiments, I think it's great. Right, so I'm just gonna put some glue like so. I'm gonna pop that on there. Where's that? So I've got, there we are. Then we can pop that on there. So you'd never know that there was 2 tags missing. Pop that so it's got your border round. And then we're going to just pop them up, just on dimensionals. I should have got a new pack out tonight and I haven't done, forgot. So there we go, 4 dimensionals. And then I'll just get my tweezers. So I'm just going to, where we've got that sort of patch, I'm just going to put that to the right. Oh, she's got it straight. There we go. So just simple with just ink and card and glue. So you've got a lovely card. So we'll go on to the next one. In fact, I need to stamp inside. I forgot I haven't done the other ones. I haven't stamped the other ones inside yet, so I'll have to find something to go in there. Right, so I'm going to bring my card in again. So I'm just gonna put seem to have creased that somehow. Right, so we'll bring the ink out again and we'll ink up, make sure we're well inked. Then we're going to do the same. We're going to start in this corner I think it looks nicer in a deeper colour. I mean, it'll look nice in a more subtle colour, but you do get all the definition. It's lovely. So I'm going in there. Down in this corner. And that pad just gives you that little bit of cushioning, because obviously these stamps haven't got the cushioning like the red rubber ones. so it just helps. Go in. Look on it. Can't pick it up. And then I don't know why I'm inking it all fully, but never mind. We'll go in there. And then just a little bit. Just so you've got a little bit showing. Oh look, I've got ink on my fingers. Oh dear. I knew I would end up with inky fingers. And I do have. Just let me... I'm a mucky pup. I can get ink anywhere. I'm terrible. Right. We can sort that out. That's not a problem. The sentiment's going to go over that anyway. So, to go a little one step further from that, we're going to put some speckles, dottage, whatever you want to call it. Now, just bear with me. I've got that one. And I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to do it in the same colour, but I'm I used a different one yesterday. No, that's fine. We'll use this one. This one is from I think from Forever. Yeah, it's from Forever Fern. It's this one down here. That's the, whatever you want to call it, speckles, dottage, gets called everything. So I'm going to stamp off, and then we're just going to, just so it gives it just a little bit of something in the background. It doesn't matter if we're stamping over. It just, and you could do the same thing if you had blends, your alcohol, the alcohol blends. You could actually do this. You could flick the brush nib to get speckles, but that, it just gives it that, just a little bit extra with that one. Right, so I'm just gonna, oh no, I need to stamp my sentiment. So I'm just gonna clean that, put it to one side, because otherwise I'll have it everywhere. Let's clean that one as well. I'll put my finger, my arm or anything in it. Terrible. Right, so I'll just pop that one to one side and we'll get our punched. I'm just going to go down here so we can see what we're doing. Now we're just going to do the same sentiment. Thank you kindly. I'll get it as, try and get it as central as possible. What I'm going to do on this one, and I know I didn't do it on the others. Oh, it's not bad, it's not brilliant. So what I'm going to do is get this dottage one again and just put a little bit, just put a little bit round. Doesn't matter if you do it that way. Doesn't matter if you get the you can still read what it says. Give anything a whirl. I'm just going to shut that. So you've got a thank you kindly with some dots. So we're going to do the same thing. I think what I might do with this one, just put that to one side. I think we might cut this one in half and have it with the edges straight. So let's cut that tag in half. Oh, can't move it apart. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue around the bottom and line it up as best we can. We'll get there. You've got the wiggle room. Can't do this one. Why can't I do this one? That's not too bad. Put some more glue and we'll do the other side. So it just gives you, it's just slightly different to that one. So we'll put that one in the same place. I'm gonna bring another colour in. In fact, I could have done that dottage in a different colour. But never mind, we'll do it different colour on the last one. I'm gonna go in with soft sea foam, I think. Oops. And what I'm going to do, I don't have any soft sea foam ribbon, but I have crinkled seam binding ribbon, the white. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut enough just to go right round the card. Scrap piece of paper, ink pad, and then all we're going to do is just drag it across the ribbon. It does take a few minutes to dry, but I do have one I prepared earlier if I can find it. So, and it seeps through to both sides. It's very clever. I'll just see if I can, just leave that one to dry. Just see if I can find a piece. And you can guarantee it was on my desk. Oh dear. It gone walkabouts. Yeah, I don't know where it is. Have I put it anywhere else? Nope. Oh well, we'll have to use this bit. Hopefully it'll be dry. So what we're going to do is pop that across the centre. Oh, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. we're just going to go in and guess. So we're going to go in like so. And oops, so we get you working. It's a little bit lower than halfway, but never mind. So I'm gonna stick my ribbon, my seam binding. I'm just gonna see if I can bring it across. So it's just, yeah, I haven't got it nowhere near right, but never mind. It's all only, it'll all stick. I'm gonna put a bit on there. There we go. It's not far off. So we didn't need that one, but it just I just wanted to show you how. Yeah, so it just gives it a little bit different colour. I'm all inked. I've got all ink everywhere. Where's aha? I have wipes. I'll just wipe my hands so I don't. Right. So, just gonna fold my base card. I'm gonna stick that on there. And just don't forget that we've got that little border that I'll be showing, so don't go right to the edge. There we go. All sticky. So that soft sea foam just gives it just a little bit of something. I should have done the sentiment in the soft sea foam, the spotting on there. Never mind. So just put that down, and then just pop that up on dimensionals. One there. I can just cut the edges up. So I'll not waste any. Like so. There we go. I'll just take those off. So on the next one I'm going to do some die cutting with soft sea foam, and just to see how we go. So once again, there we go. So that is a little bit stepped up from the last one. So that's the second card. Get rid of my rubbish. So on to the third. We've got my stamping mat, my scrap A4. So we're just going to stamp exactly the same. things away. I've just found out where I've got my ink from. There we go. Right, so we're going to ink up making sure we're all covered, and we're going to start in this corner again. So they've all been basically stamped, the main image has been stamped the same. We go into here. And then gonna go in this bit lower this time. Gonna go in that corner. And just on the edge. Do this corner. Right, so I'm going to try this time. Just put that away. Just going to clean that off. I haven't quite finished with that, but right, I'm just going to turn it over and turn that back round because that's how we're going to have it. So I'm going to come in with soft sea foam and just clean that one because I use that with the Pacific Point. There we go. So we're just gonna see what. Right, I'm just gonna go straight in. So this just gives it something a little bit different. I know this is going to be covered, but hey ho. So we've gone in with the green, but that's not all we're going to do with that one. We're going to put this through an embossing folder to give it texture. So I've got my 3D embossing folder, which is the Taiwan type 3D one. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop that in there. I'm just going to put that through my big machine, if you just bear with me a second. And then it has, I don't know if you'll be able to see or not, it has given that texture. It looks more oldie fashioned, oldie worldy with that. One thing you could do, you could get a blending brush. You could just blend around the edges. You could do it in a browny colour, make it weathered and warm. So there's all sorts you can do, but I'm going to leave that like that, and we're going to pop that on like so. But before I do, I'm going back to my, see, I was hoping the one I prepared earlier would be about, so we're going to get some more crinkled seam binding. So we want a piece to go actually round the card, and then I want a piece just to tie a knot. So we're going to go in again, just using our ink pad to colour. Just making sure we've got it all. Yeah. You can also do this with your alcohol markers, your blends, but I haven't got, I've only got a couple of them, so that's why I'm doing it with the ink. But yeah, you can do it whichever method you prefer. So we've gone from white crinkled seam binding to soft sea foam. There you go. Just another little tip. I'm just going to leave that to dry, and what I'm going to do, I haven't done the sentiment. So on this sentiment I'm going to go different again. I'm going to go still with the same sentiment. I just, yeah, it's alright. Brain's going 10 to the dozen. So we've got, well, I haven't done it on my map, but it should be okay. So we've got thank you kindly in Pacific Point, and I'm just gonna get out of here the little flower. We could have the flower, or actually no, we'll have the leaf. Go different. So we're going to go with the leaf. I'm just going to take that off there, put that on, and go in with soft sea foam. Just ink that up. So I'm just going to go in like that. Just on the edge. Just going to go in. There we go. So there again, just something a little bit different. Now I'll do the let's move that off. I'll do the, so we cut that one in half that way, this one in half that way. I'll get my glue. Just right. That's better. So just pop a bit of glue there. A bit of glue there. And then go in. Get it up. Oh, not doing very well with this one. It's quite warm in here though, so probably don't have as much wiggle room as I should. Pop that in. We're not too far off there. Can't see for looking. Well, the first one went together a lot easier. And then a little bit on that one. And we're going to match that up. So I think that first one went together better than this one. Whoops. I don't know what's happened to my screen on the computer, but I can't see comments on it. So could do with just a little bit more up there. I prefer the first one I did. It went together easier. I just cut the ends off. But it just gives you the idea of how you can make a layer out of the punch. So we're going to put the ribbon round again. See if I can get it right this time. In fact, I'm going to use tear and tape. Good old faithful. So you only need a little bit at each end. And that one. Just take the top off, she says. Come on. There we go. So then this piece, it's going to go across like well, not getting it very level, me, not tonight for some reason. There we go. So that one is going on like so. Just let me do the base card. So we'll stick that to that. Pop that on there with a nice border around it. And we're going to put that onto the base card. Like so. We're going to, she says, can't pick it up, so we're going to pop that piece under there, and we're just going to tie a knot. She says. So I'm just going to tie a knot. It can go whichever way it wants. I'm just going to cut these off at an angle, so we can have it whichever it wants to go, that way rather than up and down, but that doesn't matter. Right, so we're going to have this on here, but I'm going to cut. I have cut a couple out. Whoops. So I've got some soft sea foam card, and I've also got some cream. Now we're not going to use all of that, but I just wondered. Right, so I'm going to cut another cream and another soft sea foam, and those are cut. It's the Forever Fern dies. What are they actually called? Forever Flourishing dies. So it's got some nice foliage, and I've cut that one, and if I can pick it up, and that one. So I'll get my little cut and emboss machine. I had my plates out. Do you know, I always get prepared, and when I come, oh, they're here. When I come to find things, I can never find it. Right. So we're going to go with the same. So we're going to cut that one out of there. We're going to stagger our plates and feed it through. Now sometimes it just needs to go back through. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't, but you can always pop it back in. You can feel where it fits in the grooves, if you know what I mean. Just pop it back through. And we'll go back. There we go. So that has just popped straight out. Just take the bits out. So that is the Forever Fern one, and the other one we're going to do in cream, she says. There we go. So we're going to just cut that out. so it'll go through. So back onto the like so, stagger the plates, feed her through. Right, once I've gone that way, I'm going to go back and see if that's, it certainly has. Just get these little so I can pop that away. We're not going to use, I'm going to cut some off these because they're just a little bit too much. But just going to cut so you can always use these for another project. So I'm going to do the same with that one. Put that like so, and we'll go, so we go underneath or on top. So something, I'm going to do something like that, and I'll have to glue them down. That one seems quite happy, so if I just put a little bit of glue on that leaf, oops, and pop that under there again, it'll spring out where it wants to. We'll do the same with that one. So I'll put a bit of glue just on the stem there, and we'll have that like so. So I'm going to just make sure. So that one, I'm going to do the same underneath. Just lift that up, put that down. And do we do it? I'll do it like that. So if I just put a little bit glue on there just to hold it, let's use that. And then what we're going to do is what did I do with my, well, oh, my brain's totally gone tonight. The dimensionals have gone walkers. I know I'd nearly finished them, but oh no, I've got them. So I just cut me little bits up, and just to raise these up. But it just, you know, it just shows you can step it up that little bit as you go. If you've only got that one punch, or and you want to do a sentiment and you want your board around it, Well, we've sorted that one out. Just to utilise your tools, really. So, take off my backing. Oops. And then can't wait to get yours, Lids. Oh, bless you. It's addictive, believe you me. Well, it doesn't want to go where I wanted it to, but never mind. Right, let me get rid of my rubbish. Just tidy up. Get rid of my bits and bobs. You can use these scraps on something else. That is, oh, can't pick those up. So, with just a little bit of die cutting, just gives it that bit of foliage, just steps it up that little bit. So there are the 3 cards. Basic, as I would call it, stepped up a little bit, and then that stepped up. We could actually put some bling on. I might do that actually. Let me put some. I will just. So these are just the rhinestone, the basic jewels. So we're just gonna put. Oops. I'm gonna put one. No, I'm gonna put one there. Okay, so we've got, I don't know if you can see those, so we've got some jewels on there. So we can pop, in fact, we'll do it like this. Pop in the centre. Whoops. Just something different in the centre of each flower. And then, seeing as this one's a little bit plainer, we'll put a bigger one on. We'll put a particularly one just in there. So it's just giving it that little bit more. So there we go. So we've got 3 stages. I've really enjoyed that. It's nice just to get back to basics, really. So but yes, it is. I will decorate them. I haven't done the insides. I'll get them sorted. I haven't done the envelopes. Naughty me, but I've got them to do. So I'll pop them up on Facebook when I've done the envelopes. I'll just stamp the flower on the back or on the front. But yeah, that's lovely. You've been shopping, Lids, have you? Oh, you're gonna have one fun time on Wednesday if it comes on Wednesday. Oh dear, it's all good fun. The flowers, they're gorgeous. The delicate dahlias. This one out of the get my teeth into gear, celebration. But so that comes with, it's free with a £90 spend. So there we go. Well, thank you very much indeed. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Thank you if you're watching on catch up. if anybody out there has not got a demonstrator and is interested in a catalogue, if you just drop me a line. You can find me at Lorna Carter's Creations. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and you can find me on YouTube as well. I will happily send some brochures, catalogues out for you. But thank you very much indeed. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And that's it tonight, and we'll see you next week. Thank you very much. Bye.